thought, saying that our future is better, brighter, and beautiful. So now we will be talking about the four wives. Yan. Four wives. Really? Four wives? Okay, let's see this. Once there was a king who had four wives. Yes, back then, four wives. He loved all his wives, but the fourth wife was the one that he adored the most. Yan. Siyempre, yan yung pinakabata. So, common yan back then and especially ngayon sa mga mayayaman na tao, no? They can afford that. So, what happened? He always adorned her, with the finest delicacies. Yan yung fourth. Nagsisimula po tayo diyan po sa fourth wife, sa fourth wife. Kasi yan yung pinakabata. Yan. And he provided her with best things. Yan. Parang private to. Parang itinatago niya to, yung fourth wife na to. Yung pang-apat. And of course, his third wife, was really beautiful, and he loved to show her off to neighboring kingdoms. So back then, yan yung pinagmamalaki niya, no? Yung itong third wife naman na to. So his second wife was very kind, patient, and considerate. Yan naman yung second. So nagsimula tayo sa fourth, third, second. At ito yung first wife niya. His first wife made great contribution in maintaining the king's health and wealth. Health and wealth. Yan. Yan yung first wife. So, but the king was very ignorant towards her. He hardly took notice of her. Parang yung first wife, kasi ito yung pinakamatanda. Ito pong wife na to ang pinakamatanda dahil ito yung una niyang asawa. So parang na-ignore niya na to. Parang wala nang value sa kanya. So let's see what happened. Yan. So one day, the king fell ill. Nagkasakit siya. He knew that he was going to die soon. Ramdam niya na malapit na siyang mamatay. So, he wondered, I now have 4 wives with me. But when I die, I'll be all alone. All of a sudden, nalimutan niya na yung mga wealth, no, yung mga kayamanan niya sa buhay. Ang ano niya lang ngayon yung relationship. So sabi niya, he wondered, I now have 4 wives with me, but when I die, I'll be all alone. Yan, kahit po tayo kano kayaman ngayon, you cannot buy someone na samahan ka sa grave. Wala pa po nun. So, kaya yan yung worry niya. Parang lahat mababaliwala. Is all alone and lonely. At ano pong nangyari? He called his 4th wife and asked, I love you the most. When I die, will you follow me to keep me company? Ibig sabihin, siguro, ang idea niya, kasama niya ron sa grave. Susundan ka ba? So, but this is a very frank question, very honest and sincere question na tinanong niya yung kanyang 4th wife na mahal niya, lagi niyang tinatago. Parang siya lang ang may-ari nito. So, tinanong niya, ano ang naging kasagutan? Yan. The 4th wife refused and walked away with out any other word. Parang ano ba, baliw ka ba? Alam mo ba yung sinasabi mo? So, yan. The third wife also refusing and saying, ano yung sinabi ng, ng kanyang third wife? No, I can't. I can't. Life is too good and I am going to remarry after you die. Wow. Parang sinaksak ang puso ng haring ito. So, the king felt very sad. Talaga, sleepless night yan. So, alam niya na, ramdam niya na malapit na siyang mamatay. And is trying to secure everything. Nasaan ang mga loyalty. So, the king then asked his second wife, and same question. At anong nangyayari? So, the king was devastated kasi the same thing. Sabi niya, no, 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 no. So, then a voice came from outside. I will go with you, no matter where you go. Sino yun? Bigla siyang nabuhay. And then, the king looked up and saw his wife, who was looking really dull and suffered. No? Yung first wife niya yan. Eh? So the king said with grief, I should have taken care of you when I had the chance. So for so long, puro sakit, karamdaman at tampo ang ginawa niya sa first wife niya. At pagdating ng huli, ito yung willing na sumama sa kanya. So all of a sudden, this king ay natauhan. Natauhan po tong haring ito. At sa punong-puno ng yung habag sa sarili niya at doon sa kanyang unang asawa, doon niya na-realize. So the truth is, ito yung katotohanan sa first wife na to. No? The truth is, we all have those 4 wives in our lives. Lahat po tayo. O yung iba, kung babae, may partner po tayo na 4 sa buhay natin at least. At least. And the 4th wife represent our body. Yan. First thing in the morning, nasa salamin na tayo, di ba? Inaayos, suklay, magandang shampoo, magandang damit, no? Mga ornaments. Yan. Do I look good? Side view. Sa mirror, napakatagal. Ha? At yung mga branded na mga damit, mga gamit, mga bag. Ha? Yan. So yan yung 4th wife. The whole life we try to make it look good, but it will leave us when we die. Yan. Pag tayo po'y nasa banig ng karamdaman o sa deathbed na natin, hindi na yan ang issue, hindi na yan ang mahalaga. The 3rd wife represents our wealth and status. Yan, yung ating mga sasakyan, yung ating bahay, na pinaghirapan mo, yung down payment mo, tapos nagkaroon ka ng business. Yan, yung mga ating mga earthly possessions. Yan, yung mga ginto, mga alahas. Yan, mga property. Yan. Yan ang 3rd wife o yung 3rd partner po natin sa buhay. Yung wealth and status. Yan. When we die, it will go to others. Diba? Lahat ng pinaghirapan mo. Saan mapupunta yan? Sa mga anak mo? O kung wala kang anak, maaaring sa pamangkin mo? Sa kapatid mo? Or sa ibang tao? Kung yung anak mo, hindi mo alam kung sino mo papangasawa, you never know. Pag naghiwalay sila, kalahati noon mapupunta sa asawa ng anak mo. So, yan yung reality ng buhay. The second wife represents our relatives, family, and friends. Yan. Yung mga mahal natin sa buhay, mga kaibigan. No? Yan yung ating second wife. No matter how much they have been there for us, no? Araw, gabi, kasama natin sila. Yung mga mahal natin sa buhay, yung ating pamilya, ay hanggang diyan lang po sila. The farthest they can stay by is up to the grave. Pag ililibing ka na, no? O i-cremate ka, hanggang doon lang sila. Hindi sila makakasama. Hanggang grave lang sila, no? Hanggang doon lang sa labas ng grave. At yan ang sad truth. The first wife represent our soul. Yan po yung ating kaluluwa. Nalimutan na po natin. Kaya pumunta ulit tayo sa salamin and check. Kamusta na? Kamusta na yung ating soul? Kamusta na yung ating kaluluwa? Yan. Yung kaluluwa po natin, yan po yung ating emotion, yung reasons, yan yung ating pagkatao, yan yung ating conscience. Yung kaluluwa po natin, yung soul natin, lagi pong naghahanap yan ng ano yung tama, ano yung magandang gawin. Kaya nakokonsensya po tayo pag mali po yung nagagawa natin, mali yung mga priorities po natin sa buhay. And sabi nga, no, in pursuit of body, wealth, and pleasure of this world, we often ignore it. Ina-ignore na po natin. Abalang-abala po tayo, no, sa mga bagay na hindi naman tayo sasamahan, no, pag tayo po yung namatay. So, soul is the only thing that will follow us. Yang ating kaluluwa, yan lang ang magiging kasama natin pag tayo po ay namatay. Yan po yung tunay na pagkatao natin. Yung inner persona po natin. Yan po yun. So, with all other things, what we should focus most is on our inner self or soul. Kaya mahalin po natin. Maaaring sa ngayon, malnourished na po yan. Paano po mangyayari na mamahalin natin yung ating soul o yung ating kaluluwa? Paano? Strengthen and cherish it now. For it is the only part that will follow and be always with us. Ito po. Sabi po rito, no? Yan, sabi po dyan sa Hebrews 4 verse 12. For the word of God is living and active, sharper than any double-edged sword. It penetrates even to dividing soul and spirit. Yan, yung word of God, yung mga salita po ng ating Panginoong Yesus. Yeah? So, dividing soul and spirit, joints and marrows. Ibig sabihin, yung word of God may effect din yan. Bones and marrows, ibig sabihin, yung ano, no, yung ating physical body din ang nire-represent niyan. It judges the thoughts and attitudes of the heart. So, it judges the thoughts and yung intention po ng ating puso. No? Nasasalamin niya yan. Alam niya, kaya pag meron tayong gagawing hindi maganda, nire-remind po tayo ng ating soul. Okay? Yan. Napakaganda po. At sinabi rin, then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return to God who gave it. Siya po yung nagbigay sa atin yan. Yan sa Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 7. So, marami pa po, no? Sabi, man shall not live by bread alone, but for every word of God that proceeded out of His mouth. So, yung mga salita po ng ating Panginoong Yesus, yan po ay punong-puno ng buhay. Yan po ang pagkain ng ating kaluluwa. Yan po. Kaya palakasin po natin. So, yan. I hope na maunawaan po natin, mahalin po natin nung pinanganak po tayo kasama na po natin. Yan po yung ating first wife or ating first partner o couple po natin yan. Hindi po pwedeng ihiwalay sa atin yan. Kaya kasama natin yan pagtapos natin dito sa mundo. And sinasabi rin, no, there's Proverbs, no, or Ecclesiastes, there's a time to be born and a time to die. Kaya meron lang po tayong maikling buhay dito sa mundong ibabaw. Kaya yan, at hoping na nagbigay po ito ng konting inspirasyon sa atin at dalangin ko po na bigyan po natin ng pansin na yan ang mahal din ng Panginoon kasama po yung ating kaluluwa o yung ating soul. So thank you po for watching and I hope na maski papano ay na-inspired po kayo. And see you again on our next series. Bye for now. Thank you.